Thanks for joining today. It's going to be an informal run through of AI and automation. Going to do some demos. Exciting stuff. So let's get started. So today's focus is around archiving of meetings and emails. And also we've researched quite a lot of AI note takers. So we're going to look at how we can capture the notes from all those meetings that you have with your clients and introducers and put them in a central database, a CRM system. So I'm going to focus on meeting archiving, note taking. We're going to look at lead enrichment as well. I've shown that a few times now, so you've probably seen it, but I will cover that in a bit more detail. And then we'll look at also email archiving. We're often asked quite a lot about how do we archive emails into FibreCRM. So I'm going to cover that. And at the end, we're going to sort of talk about pricing. So let's get started. So I'm going to forget PowerPoint. So let me just back out of that. So the first thing, let's have a look at an email. So you're all familiar with, a meeting. You're all familiar with this Outlook solution. So I'm going to create a meeting. So this is a webinar meeting, November. Can't spell. You set your date and time, make it a Teams meeting, invite the people that you might want to come along. So all the people I add here, it will look them up in the CRM system and attach them to the meeting as well. And then I may have agenda 1, review AI meetings, 2, review email management. Okay, so now you can set this up so every single email is archived into the CRM. You're probably not going to want to do that. So we've got a way you could maybe categorize your meeting. So we've set up a category called FibreCRM. So any meeting that is categorized as FibreCRM will go into the CRM. Now, the category system is a useful tool. You could, for example, have different categories of meeting, maybe a keep in touch meeting, an introducer partner meeting. And depending on the category, you could do various things. Set the meeting type in the CRM automatically. You might want to, if it's a partner meeting, use AI to look at all the meetings with that partner over the last 12 months and get a theme of what you want to talk to that introducer partner about. So this really is quite clever. You can do a lot with it, but for today, I'm just going to categorize it as a FibreCRM meeting and send that to Simon iCloud, as well as archive that into the CRM. So I just click send, and that's now going to create a meeting in the CRM. So you can set up your Azure, if you've got Azure, you can set up apps to automatically, this is using the Graph API to write the data, write the meeting record into FibreCRM. And that can either happen instantly or it can happen sort of on a schedule. So in a minute or two, I think my system, if I just refresh this, we should see now, there's our webinar already in Fibre, and I click on it and I can see the details in Fibre. So that's an example of how you can just seamlessly archive meetings straight into Fibre. Any updates that happen in Outlook will come back and update it in Fibre. So you're starting to build up history, and we can see that the contacts is found Simon iCloud in my contact list and attach them to the meeting. So if I'm viewing Simon in my contacts list, I'm going to see this meeting. So that is sort of like a way to archive email that just runs seamlessly in the background. You can set it up in Azure to archive everybody's emails, or you can pick certain people that you want to do it for. So if you've got a lot of people in your organization, you may not want to archive everybody's emails, or you can just use the category system to pick and choose. So the next bit is the meeting summary. So now there's a lot of AI note takers on the market. There's Fireflies, there's Fathom AI, there's also the Microsoft Teams transcript. And what we want to do is once we've had this meeting, we want the content of that meeting summarized and available against this meeting. So if anybody comes and opens up this meeting in the CRM at any point now or in the future, we can see a complete history, complete breakdown of what that meeting was about, including the video that might have been recorded, the MP4 file. So you've starting to build up in your CRM system complete knowledge about the client. Now, it's very difficult in a live situation to actually show you the transcript coming through because I haven't recorded anything, but I've got one that I've done previously. So if I just go back to my meetings list, I've got one called Another Meeting. So this one I recorded the other night. It's pulled it through and it's pulled through the meeting summary. So what this is, it's took the transcript of the meeting and I then passed it to ChatGPT or Copilot or some other tool, and it's just written the action. So in this case, it's just got the meeting summary, some actions that sort of came from it. And we could get AI to actually create these as tasks in the system as well. You can really take it sort of that much further. So how did that get in there? So I'm going to show you an automation tool. I'm using make.com to do this automation, but you could use Power Automate. I just haven't got around to building one in Power Automate, but I've got one built in Make. And I just go to my automation. This is what it looks like. It looks a bit scary, but this actually just creates the meeting from Outlook in the CRM. But the one I'm actually interested in is the retrieving of the transcript. So what we've got set up in Azure is an app registration for any sort of transcripts. So whenever a transcript is saved, Azure sends a trigger to this automation to tell it, hey, we've got this new transcript. What do you want to do with it? So what this is simply doing is it's waiting for that transcript to be completed, and then it effectively goes along this path. This is an automation tool. So first of all, we log on to Azure, we get the transcript URL. We then use that URL to actually get the content of the transcript. We then look up the ID of the meeting. We use ChatGPT. In this case, we're just telling it to write a summary about the meeting. So I'm on the business edition of Teams, not the premium version. So I haven't got the recap, but what I have got is a complete minute by minute, second by second transcript of everything that was said. So I've just said, you're an expert transcriber, give it to me in a summary. And that's what it did. So it's up to you. You might want to say and add a joke at the end. So I'm just going to demonstrate this to you so you can actually see what it does. And then once it's done that, it then logs onto the CRM and it goes and finds the meeting in the CRM and updates it. So that's effectively what this automation is doing. So if I just run this now, I'm going to run it on a past meeting rather than the one I've just been running it on. So I'm going to choose the meeting and run. So this is now running. It's found a meeting. It's grabbed the content. It's grabbed the transcript. It's now using ChatGPT to write a summary. And then when it's finished writing the summary, it's then going to log on to the CRM and update the meeting. So I'm pretty sure that this one was that meeting called Another Meeting. So we'll see a joke on the end. So that's been done now. So if I just refresh, hopefully that was the right meeting I refreshed on. And there it is. It's added a joke. Why did the salesperson bring a ladder to the CRM demo? Because they heard it was a great for reaching leads. Not so sure about that one. But it's just to demonstrate that you can write the script to say exactly what you wanted to say. So for example, if it's a meeting type with an introducer, referrer, you might want it to do something a little bit different. Look up in the CRM for other meetings that have happened with that introducer, summarize them all and return it to the summary here. So it's a quick demonstration of the meeting archive and content. But just think, over the years, as you build up all your uh, all those meetings that you're having with your clients, if they're all captured in one place that can be queried and analyzed by AI, it's really going to start enriching those relationships. Okay, so I've demonstrated sort of creating a meeting, archiving in a meeting, taking the summary. As soon as the summary is available, it's automatically added to the meeting, and you're starting to enrich that data. It doesn't have to be Microsoft Teams. That's the one I've been using. We also have integrated with products like Fireflies or Fathom. They're a bit simpler to integrate with than Teams, but from a policy, I suspect most firms that we work with are very Microsoft centric, and you can do it all in Microsoft. Okay, in terms of lead enrichment, so I don't know whether you've seen the demo previously. I'll just share my mobile phone screen and show you how that works. Just got to connect to my phone. I think I've got server running. It's not wanting me to connect. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you a lead. So this is Robert Block. So I just typed into a lead form, Robert Block, Virgin Travel Group. That's all I did. I just put that in there. And within 2 minutes, it had done a conflict check. It's found that he didn't already exist in the system. It had found his job title, his email address. ChatGPT had written a summary about that organization, and also went on to his LinkedIn page and downloaded his photo. So we're starting to enrich the data. We also on LinkedIn, it's pulled down his job history. So that might be useful for introducers. You're adding a new person in a law firm to your CRM. Well, it can give you their history. Keep an eye on when they maybe move on, that sort of thing. So you can sort of see that history. We can see from Companies House, it's pulled down their last filed accounts, and it's also done an adverse media check on that individual, as well as the business. So in this case, it's done an adverse media check on Robert, on Virgin Group. It's done some detailed findings and written a table like this to the system, so you can make a valued decision on whether to work with that client. So that is lead enrichment. It has pulled through address details as well, and you can use that across any record in the system. I've done it on a lead, but there's no reason why you couldn't just do it automatically for every contact that's created. It's entirely up to you, of course.
Just on the adverse media check as well, you can easily from the lead level move that over into an organization or a person as well, as you're moving through the onboarding process for that client as well. So you might have done the adverse media check at lead level, but then it can be used later on if this lead becomes a client.
Absolutely right. And that's a great point. We've had a few firms say, oh, we don't really need it at lead level. But when you start KYC, maybe it runs at that point. So it's up to you when you run it. You might be getting thousands of leads coming in. You don't need to know adverse media check, but at the onboarding stage you do. So that's up to you. The AI and the automation can trigger from sort of workflows that you've got set. In terms of email archiving, that's another quite a big point. How do I get an email into Fibre? And in the past, we've used third-party plugins that have had a mixed sort of review. They're also quite expensive. So within the AI automation tool, you can also archive emails. So I'll give you an example. I had an email arrive last night from Charter Group. So we're a member, we're partners, affiliate partner in Charter Group. Oh, it's gone. There it is. So it's from Nikki at Charter Group. Okay, so she's asking me to do a bit of a digital club thing. So that's fine. And let's say I want that in the CRM. So if I just go to my CRM and just load Nikki's record, which I've got here in the background. There it is. There's Nikki's records. Okay, so it's got her details, and I can see a bit of history. There's some other emails in the past that have been archived. I'll just refresh the screen just to make sure I'm still logged in, and there it is. Okay, I've got 3 emails, but I want this email from Nikki to appear in my history. So again, I'm just using the tagging system to categorize it as something that I want in the CRM. So that's all I have to do. So as far as the user is concerned, they just got to remember to categorize it. I actually got the FibreCRM category on a Control F12 key. So I get to know that, just Control F12, right? I know that's in the CRM. And it means that I don't have to install any software on, each user's Outlook. I haven't got to worry about third-party sort of plugins. It's automatically running through the automation. And that automation could be running from Power Automate, it could be running from Make.com, from N8N, from Zapier, from products like that in the background. Now, at the moment, I've got this running every minute, I think it is. So I'm just going to refresh my CRM. It may not have arrived yet. Oh, there it is. Yes, it's arrived. So there, I've got the meeting. It's been archived. I can click on that meeting and I can see the details. And that's now available to anybody using the CRM. It's available to AI if you want to automatically look at all the meetings, all the emails that have happened, and summarize them and give some insights into maybe an upsell, cross-sell opportunity. And within those emails as well, this particular email, the workshops, please choose the top 3, included a PDF file. So I've got a link to the document. So it's not just archiving the email, it's also archiving attachments as well. So what we've done is we've covered very quickly sort of I'll just get the list back up. I've raced through it, rate or not. Please think about what questions you might want answering on the call, because we have a Q&A section where we'll answer any notes as we go. So please do use that. Rosie is keeping an eye on it. So pricing, how much does this cost? So what we thought long and hard how we deliver this, because some firms want to use just lead enrichment, other firms want to do the whole shebang. Some firms want to do it all themselves. Some firms need help. So it's a bit of a challenge because sometimes we're using different component parts. We've got the AI, ChatGPT. We've got the automation, the make steps. So we're making it simple. We're going to do it on a credit-based system. So we're going to provide 5,000 credits free to everybody. And those credits can be used. And then you can just buy more credits as you need. So what is a credit? A credit is a step. So for example, to archive, if I just go to the automation flow, get the right screen up. Go. So what is a credit? So this is archiving an email into the CRM, and each blob of these is effectively a credit used in the world of automation and AI. So to archive an email, it's probably using about 15 to 20 credits. So we're going to give 5,000 free. Lead enrichment is about 70 credits because it's doing an awful lot. This is a lead enrichment workflow. So this is when a lead comes into the CRM, it's going to go off to Company's House, it's going to go off to ChatGPT, write a summary, it's going to go and find people's email addresses and phone numbers, and then log on to the CRM and do a conflict check, then go on to LinkedIn and find their bio details, and then do an adverse media check, and then put all the data finally in CRM. So that's doing a lot in one go. And that uses about 70 credits. So you're going to get 5,000 for free. So if you think about how many leads you processed last year, multiply that or divide the 5,000 to see how many you could get in for free. But then they'll be charged on a, a fraction of a p per credit, which we can talk to you about. It's possible that you want to do it all yourself. You've got the skills in-house, then fine. We can help you with that, but there may be a support agreement in play for that help outside of the current support agreement we offer. Okay, so very quickly, I've sort of run through in 21 minutes or so the flow. I've demonstrated how we archive emails, how we archive meetings, how we can archive the transcript from the meetings automatically, and how you can enrich leads, as well as doing the adverse media. Has anybody got any questions? Rosie, are there any questions on Q&A? Otherwise, we can give back your day.
Just one, just on the automations, can they be customizable? So that lead enrichment one, can you, if you don't want certain bits of it, can you take that out when it comes to the
Sure.
automation that people are using?
Absolutely, you can. You can also use within your CRM system, there will be, for example, this is like an AI prompts module. So that adverse media check, everybody might want it slightly different. So when you have it running on your system, you can come to your AI prompts, or your administrator can come to your AI prompts. You can go to the particular prompt like adverse media check, and you can change the prompt itself. So this would be installed by default on your system. And then if you wanted to edit it, you could simply go in and make a change to how you want it to reflect the results. But in terms of the lead enrichment, yes, you can just turn on. What it does is it just brings everything in, and then it's up to you what you see on your interface. Some firms don't want all this noise on the front screen. They want it on a tab up here called enrichment. Some want it on a panel that's collapsed so you can't see it by default, but you can expand it. So the layouts that you see in your CRM can be customized either on a per user basis, a per role basis, or system wide. My demo here has got all my AI information on the front screen. But we have implemented this on a few firms already, and it looks like it's running successfully for everybody. And they either have the information on the front screen or they don't. It's up to them. So we can set that up for you. Okay. Are there any other questions, Rosie?
Not currently. Has
Okay.
anyone got any other questions? Please feel free to just drop them in the chat.
Or if anybody would like to see anything in a bit more detail, I've got many screens open. I can do a live demonstration. I was trying to get the lead enrichment. In fact, what I can do, if I just very quickly show you the actual form that I access on my phone, I can just do it because my phone's not connecting. But this would load on my phone normally, and I would put in Robert Block, and it's Virgin Travel Group. And he's going to be, I'll send him the introductory email and send. So what that is just a basic form, any type of web form. But now when I go to my leads list, we'll see a new one called Robert Block. And there he is at the top, just being created at 12:24. So as we can see here, there's minimal information, but in a moment I will refresh the screen, and all being well, the contact record here will have been enriched with all those bits. So yes, you can certainly choose which bits you're interested in and which you're not interested in. We can see here that it updated the marketing preferences as well. So maybe I've got a marketing list already, a target list set up that's syncing to Campaign Monitor. This person's automatically going to go into that list because I added them on the form here when I chose that option. So let's go and refresh the screen and see if it's done. Nope, still doing it. So it'll take about a minute to a minute and a half to complete. I'll just keep refreshing that. But that form that I just ran, I did it from the browser. It's very good to just add an icon on your smartphone, excuse me, uh, with a link to that form. So that if you're out and about at a networking event and you see somebody's name tag, you can just put them into the form and you'll have data enriched. Take a little bit longer, but it will do it. Mhm. It's pretty very well, it's very stable. It just takes sometimes, it depends how busy it is. If it's queuing other things as well, it'll take sometimes a little bit longer. And if you're not sure, if I come in, I can actually go and have a look at the automation running. If I look at the history, I can see there it's running. So it's done all these ones, um, but it's still running. So if I refresh that, maybe we'll see that it's completed. Yeah, it's finished now. So in theory, this person now, if I refresh it, there we go. It's pulled through some of the data. It's missed some of the LinkedIn information. So AI is not perfect. Sometimes it misses things. Sometimes it even gets the wrong person. So you do need to be careful. You might have got the wrong business. Virgin, there's a lot of companies in the Virgin group. But what you can do is you can just tick the box and it will update it. So you could maybe go in and correct the company registration number. So if I edit this, so actually the wrong company, maybe it's Virgin Media we wanted, not Virgin Group. If I put in my company name, sorry, my registration number, so 5944, I think that was it, and save that, you'll see that the address will change from Crawley to Cornwall. And there it is already, it's done it. And the actual filing accounts is now for FibreCRM and not Virgin Media. So you can correct things as well on the fly using the automation tool. So if it does get it wrong, you can fix it. Okay, any more questions, Rosie?
There is actually. There's one that is, can this be used for new client onboarding? How can it create tasks from a meeting? And these be allocated to team members?
So yes, so I tested it with Fathom actually, where um, the transcript created a list of actions, and if I go back to my other meeting here, these are sort of like the action items. So the AI could be set up to automatically create tasks for each of these items. So and they would then be linked maybe under here, so we could see a list of tasks associated with the meeting, and those could be potentially linked to people automatically. Um, I think it does sometimes depend. So, for example, an action might be for somebody that wasn't in the meeting and it doesn't know who to assign it to. But any task you do create, or the list of tasks associated with this particular meeting, you can go into each one and reassign it. And when you reassign it, you pick who you want to assign it to, and they'll get an email notification with a link to the task to do it. So yes, you can create tasks automatically from action items from the meeting being imported. Sorry, the transcripts being imported.
Fantastic. And then the final question is, I've missed some of the webinar. Will it be available to watch again? Yes, we will be sending out a copy to everyone that has registered for a recap and so they can watch again.
Fantastic. Okay, with that, that's the end of this webinar, and we'll be doing other webinars over the next few weeks, and then be doing quite a few in the new year. But thanks for joining today.